Hey everyone, Tom at Snake River Base here. I wanted to talk a little bit about how to clear step-throughs. We actually put up a video submission request form on our website, so if you want to see a new video, go there, click on submit a request. This is one of the requests we got the first time around. Somebody wanted to know how to work on clearing a step-through on a canopy, and I want to take some lights upstairs, take the camera upstairs, throw out some rigs in the packing area, and show you how to clear simple step-throughs, and then maybe do another video where we talk about how to clear more complex partial step-throughs. I'm just going to talk about simple, straightforward step-throughs. The vast majority of step-throughs happen while stashing the gear because you take the container and you push it somehow through the line groups. Okay? Sometimes they happen because the canopy collapses on your head during landing, but usually actually it's when you're stashing the gear. So the two normal kinds of step-throughs that we see are forward and rear. Basically, I think of this as a jumper doing a front flip through his risers or the jumper doing a gainer through his risers. There's two places the step-through can happen. Step-through can happen between the container and the slider. That's usually called below the slider step-through. Step-through can happen above the slider, between the slider and the canopy. That's usually called above the slider step-through. Okay? Process to fix it is very simple. So we're going to do another cut here, and I'm going to put some step-throughs in this, and then I'm going to go through the mechanical process of how to fix it. I put a step-through in this rig, and we're just going to talk about the simplest, fastest ways to fix simple step-throughs. Just said this a minute ago, but the two kinds of step-throughs we see are front and rear and above and below the slider. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my best guess. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to see that I've got twists in the risers. That's a step-through. And I'm going to say, I think that this jumper did a front flip through his risers. So I'm just going to take the container and do a gainer. Do a backflip and then check it out and see if it worked. If I'm not sure, throw this down, grab the lines as if I was doing a pro pack, walk them up to the canopy and see if they're clear. Yep. Fix that one. That's good. Often it will not be that easy. So what do we do next? We've got another step-through in here, and I want to try and clear this one. This one's going to be a little harder, I hope. We usually discover this as a step-through because we grab this during our packing process and we try and walk it up to the canopy, and we discover a big set of twists in our hands. So you can see when I walk this up, I've got these big twists in my lines. Pretty obviously a step-through if you know what you're looking at. Not sure what kind of step-through. Frontward, rearward, above or below the slider. So let's just come back here. Without having to worry about identifying what kind of step-through it is, I'm just going to use process of elimination to check it out. Here's what I'm going to do. Pick up the container. I'm going to have the jumper do a front flip through the risers. So we're going forward and below the slider. Now, I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to try walking it up. I can already see that this is not the solution. But if you grab it and you walk it up, it should become immediately obvious that didn't fix my problem. I still got issues here. So just a minute ago I did a front flip through the risers. Now I'm going to do a double back flip through the risers. I'm going to go twice in the opposite direction in the same place. So basically I've just tried the other way in the same location. Now let's check. Gonna grab this, bring it up, and I can already see not looking so good for me here. Okay? But if I grab these and walk them up, you can see I've still got a big twist down here. Okay, so now my second try was not the solution. I did once forward and then twice back below the risers. So I'm going to take that out by going back one forward below the risers, and I should be back in the original configuration. I've still got a step-through, same step-through I started with, but now I know this step-through is above the slider. Let's check, just to be sure. I'm going to grab, just like pro packing, and walk this up to the canopy. Yep, there it is. You can still see I've still got some twists up here, up above the slider. So now let's do the same process, but this time we're gonna do our flips above the slider. I'll walk back to the container. And I'm just gonna pick a direction. It's either a front or a gainer above the slider. I'm gonna go single front flip above the slider. We're gonna try that again. Grab the risers again, walk it up as if pro packing, see if we've cleared it. Nope. Looks like I've actually made it worse. See how there's extra twist there? So the front flip above the risers didn't work. Let's pull this out. And this time we're going to do a double back flip, double gainer above the slider. There's one. There's two. So I took out the one that I just put in and one more. Grab the risers as if you were pro packing one more time. And let's walk them up. Okay, voila. Now we finally cleared the step through. Basically all I did was try all four possible variations. Front flip below the riser or below the slider. That didn't work. I did a double back below the slider. Front flip above the slider. That didn't work. I did a double back above the slider. That'll clear 90% of the step throughs that you'll encounter base jumping. Another 5% will be cleared by doing a triple in the other direction because you've got two step throughs in the canopy. So after you've worked through this process, the next thing to do is try doing 2 or 3 in each direction. If that doesn't work, you've probably got a partial step through, which means the container has gone sideways between the risers, and we'll talk about that next.